Hello everybody, and I want to welcome you. It's been a while. Yeah, something happened, so that was why I was off air for a while. Yeah, what happened? My system, we don't have electricity in Nigeria, so the trouble is that because of the changing weather, I always depended on solar power. So because of the changing weather, we were not having enough sunshine to charge our gadgets. I decided to go and buy a generating set. Hey shit, it was that generating set that burnt my system. I think it was fluctuating current supply. It just burnt my system. So I took it to engineers. After a long time, hey, this one will say, oh, I'm still working on it, so I have a lot of work. I'll change the engineer, another person. When the trouble, so until somebody told me, bro, see, what we are going to do is we have to change the complete board, the board of the system. And it's a Mac system. And then when they quoted the price, they will buy the board. I'm like, it's almost the price of buying another Windows system. Let me go and buy another Windows. So I just got another Windows system, and that's why I am now back. When I have some money, I'll go back collect, because I have something I might still be able to get from that system. I have some work there that I saved. So when I have money, I'll go and buy another board for that one. But welcome back everybody. Let's continue our talk. This gist is about 2023, and I know a lot of people are already permutating, strategizing, speculating, also taking sides. And okay, fine. For me, I must tell you, the fact is that 2023 is just going to be another year of deception. Now, there's a tactic they are currently using. I always told these people, I told my friends in APC and PDP, I said, come, these guys know what they are doing. It's not about party. Let's get something clear. There's something the North always tries to do. No matter sentiment apart, I'm not tribalistic. But we must also understand our facts, so that we don't get caught in the web of whatever scheme they are up to. We must prepare ourselves ahead. Now, the strategy, the pattern has come to surface again. We've seen it before. For those of you who were around and conscious at the time of military, they always try to use their number to their own advantage against us. I'll explain. No, there are 36 states in Nigeria, and there are only 2 regions politically in Nigeria. I'm not talking zones. I'm not saying geopolitical zones. No, I'm saying regions. There are 2 regions, okay, north and south. 2 regions. Now, the northern region always tries to use to their own advantage their number. 19 states out of 36. They always try to maximize that, and they try as much as possible to cooperate and unite. Now, let me tell you what they are trying to do. It's two-some. One part of it is to see how the South, the South consists of South West, South South, Southeast, and we always see ourselves as different. The North see themselves as the same North, in most cases, politically. So while some are agitating power shift or power rotation to Southwest, others are shouting, oh, South, South. Some are saying, oh, it's turn of the Igbo, we have been marginalized over the history. Southeast, still under South. The North is saying, yes, let us see how we can divide them. Now, there's somebody who believes, which is why we must let Tinubu understand this early enough. Okay? They are trying to use this man in Osun, Arebeshola, to break his block. The idea is, let us divide their blocks while we maintain our own huge block, so that we have our own in full number. We have broken their own into smaller cells, and at the end of the day, they would have succeeded in most, abundantly in still retaining. It's a democracy now, it's about number. Now, they are using Aregbesola to break his hold in Osun. They have succeeded in pitching Osinbajo to also further break, his strength politically. They are still motivating others to come up. Go to the southeast. They are still telling Amechi is the preferred candidate to rise, and we don't want the core Igbo because they may break Nigeria. You are an Igbo person technically. So you stand up, we want power to go to the southeast. They are pitching Amechi. At the same time, they are taunting Emefiele. At the same time, Iginge is about to declare. Now, what they are simply trying to do is to make sure that as much as possible, they encourage a lot of, and it's not new, they did it during the military. When the agitation was so much that we want democracy and they wanted to leave, they did not want to leave power, but they wanted to pretend like they are dancing to the tune of the masses. So what they did was to start sponsoring different candidates here and there. They were the ones sponsoring the party, so to make it look like a democracy. But they are the ones who are still going to contest and ask those ones to step down for them at the end of the day. Or they will put somebody malleable to their control to be the one they will be remoting while they are on the background. And they have succeeded so far. They are still there. It's the same style. When you promise Yaya Bello, say, don't worry, you go. We will support you. The president likes you. They give him some sort of supposed backing. The same thing they tell Osinbajo, your master wants you to be the one to take over. You have been a diligent, blah, blah. Oh yeah, you too, fire me. No mind Tinubu now. Is the greedy man. Greedy fellow was, see, actually the president likes you. Hey, they started opening, the windows for all of them. Yeah, go, pushing all of them. They want to use them to break the little number the South has, so that they can maintain their large chunk in the North and say coast to victory. But that is not even where I am not pleased. The issue, the only grouse me I have with our own southern people, even though I don't like the kind of politics they play, is the kind of politics they play. That's what I hate. You know why? When they were in the opposition and they had strength, they were supposed to have canvassed for what we have been yearning for long ago. As far back as 06, 07, I used to attend Wole Soyinka's Citizens Forum. There was one particular program, I think it was in 2007, spearheaded by NSF, Nigeria Social Forum, they part with Thomas and Co., where they said another Nigeria is possible. At the same time, there was this document, they call it the People's Constitution. Oh, that Nigerians would like to have their constitution this way. They don't want the imposed constitution. Yes. Then, that People's Constitution and the agitation for sovereign national conference, 2006, 2007 was the time I joined and I knew about all these things. This is 2022, minus the years. Minus the years. When ACN of Tinubu and the APC that merged were in the opposition, they made it look like they were the savior, or what do you call it, Messiah. They had the Messianic complex. They made it look like Nigeria actually needed a restructured country. They made it look like Nigeria needed a people's constitution. But they have now populated the National Assembly. They don't want us to talk about it. It's a no-go area. In fact, the time I began to know that the ACN was not genuine about everything they always talked about, except for individualistic political interest, was when Jonathan convoked Confab 2014. The ACN decided to not allow their own members go into it. And even though some of them used proxies, I don't want to mention names, They used proxies to attend that confab, and at the end of the day, the outcome of the confab has been dumped. An opposition that pretended to be interested, an opposition which pretended to be interested in a restructured country, now has majority of its members populating the National Assembly, and it's a no-go area. That topic is now a no-go area. It shows that these people are not interested. They were only using it as political cards for individualistic and group interests. They were not actually going to implement it, even if they gained power. Yes, Buhari gained power. APC gained power. And Tinubu is now coming out to become the opposition against his own party. The moment Tinubu comes out to start saying, you cannot give us erratic power supply and call us lazy. The moment Tinubu comes out to start criticizing the president of his own ruling party, then I don't know what more you want us to say. They had all the time, the platform, the power, everything, yet they failed. I can guarantee you, if you are looking for a restructured Nigeria and you think it is when Tinubu or anybody gets there that they will do it, I tell you it's not true. It will not happen. You know why? All these guys do not want to be president of a weak center. Because the moment you devolve power, you restructure the country, the center will be weaker because more of the powers on the exclusive legislative list will be devolved to the federating units. The states will now have power more, and the federal will appear weak. I don't think Tinubu wants to be president of a weak center. He is a godfather in the party, the ruling party. He has been governor for 8 years in Lagos State, and he has been godfather to other people who are becoming governors. He's not going to the center because he wants to go and be weak. No. Atiku had been vice president for 8 years. And he had been comptroller of customs for how long? I don't think he wants to be president of a weak center. Otherwise, he would be vying to be governor of his state in Adamawa. These guys will not restructure anything. Whereas, the two things we need the most is to, number one, change our constitution. But these guys are in the National Assembly. They are not talking about it. It's working for them. Number two, we need to restructure the country. These guys don't want it. So that simply means all the people parading themselves that want to come out for election in 2023, excuse me, there is no salvation with them. Because they are currently still holding power and they are not talking about these things. It simply means that it's not their priority. It's not even in their agenda. So they don't want us to talk about these things. And if they don't want us to talk about it, and we are supposed to see them as one. No, Tunji, let me allow the comments now. Tunji Olami is not only the North. I've been mentioning names. Even those people do not want the country restructured. Our own people, southern politicians, do not want it restructured. They don't want it. Because if they wanted it, they have been the ones in National Assembly for 7, going to 8 years now. PDP was there for more than 16 years. And we have been shouting for this thing. So they pretend when they are out of power. Once they get in, they want us to forget about it. They start changing topics for us every day. So even our own southern people do not want the country restructured. Now the agitation that we need to continue to increase. I'm not sure Tinubu wants to be president of a weak center. Yes. So even our own southern people do not want Nigeria restructured. They have all the, even as opposition alone, you can clamor for these things. When you have APC has how many states? How many states that they are controlling? Let us assume, even when that is not the case, that the president at the center is PDP and APC has majority of the states that they control. They could mobilize the states and the National Assembly members to push for, a changed constitution, a people's constitution, not amendments, not amending the ones that do not favor them just to favors them. No. You understand? So even our own people do not want it. They don't. But what do we, the people, want? Now, all these people, we have categorized all of them. They are the same. Whether PDP and APC is one party. Atiku used it, used ACN, went back to PDP. Ribadu went to ACN, went back to PDP. Who else has not left the party apart from Tinubu? No, who else hasn't left the party? And Tinubu might also be merging with another one again after primary does not favor him. Yes, I'm telling you, top secret. Might be merging again with another. Majority have left PDP and entered APC, and they are changing corridor every day. The former chairman of PDP is now the chairman of APC. So APC and PDP are the same. They don't represent all of us. But the rest of us who want progress, who want governance, who do not necessarily want all this politics as some kind of sports. Oh, the Manchester is winning. It affects our lives. We don't want politics discussed as some kind of sports again. We want governance. So the rest of us are now the ones who must come together and push for what we want. This constitution is not our own. And even this regional structure, this country, the way it is structured, also doesn't favor us. If you cannot restructure it, then let everybody be. Because as it stands right now, what our own people who are in the APC and PDP thinking they want to take power after Buhari leaves? Let me even tell you, apart from sponsoring different people to come up, let me give you another gist. Apart from sponsoring different people to come up and contest in order to break the little number available to the southern delegates, so that the North can have his own large chunk and coast to victory. Sponsoring Osinbajo, sponsoring this one, sponsoring that one, so that they can break, the blocks in the south and share the delegates, so that the number will be little and then the North will have a large chunk and win. Apart from that, they are also sponsoring other voices to clamor for different things. For instance, only yesterday, Chief Afe Babalola proposed that the 2023 election should be postponed, suspended, and that the federal government should introduce interim government for 6 months. You didn't see it in the papers. Okay, I'll put it in the community post after this broadcast. It's in the papers. Afe Babalola has told the federal government to suspend election in 2023 and institute what you call interim government, the type like of the time of Shonekon. Do you understand? Do you understand? Now, they will now make it look like it is recommended by people. They are not only Afe Babalola's introduction now. Some are also saying, in the light of growing insecurity, that the military might likely need to take over. I don't know if you understand this. They are taunting different. Do you understand it? Yeah, it's in the paper. I'm not the one. You can even Google it. You will find it. They are asking, others are saying military should take over in light of the growing insecurity. And who is responsible for the growing insecurity? You don't want to call them terrorists. You say we should not call them terrorists, you should call them bandits. You will be hard when it is the IPOB who are trying to defend themselves. When the IPOB are trying to defend themselves against bandits, you use the military to go hard on them. Operation Python Dance and the rest of them. When Sunday Igboho was trying to defend his people in the southwest, what did you do? You go hard on Sunday Igboho. But when the bandits are attacking, even taking over military stations or bases, military base, you go soft on them. You say, no, don't be aggressive. You take it easy. And while the insecurity continues to grow every day, some are, they are proposing, oh, why not let the military take over once Buhari is done or about to be done, so that they can at least first square the insecurity. All these political cheats and games that they are smearing over our face, and it's not their fault. Me, I don't blame them. I don't blame them. I don't. You know what? I blame our own politicians, because greed, self-gain, personal aggrandizement, individualistic interests that has clouded their sense of responsibility is what made them what they are. Who are the ones who are supposed to stand up and say, no, this should not be? And the games continue on the ground. It continues. And we are still where we are. We are expecting it to be worse. And some will say, Shegun, you better leave that country for them. If all of us run away, no, we are still facing some mild consequences now. And what is the mild consequence? Majority of our best brains, called brain drain, are leaving the country. And we are leaving, important things, important sectors, in the hand of touts. While our best brains are leaving the country in search of greener pastures, or because they don't want to be part of, all these things going on, we are leaving the countries in the hand of touts. And that is, now the next phase of it will no longer be touts. Foreigners, Chinese, Indonesians, they are coming. They have started buying up the whole place. We are leaving. As we are leaving it for them, they are coming in. So all of us cannot run away. We just have to do something. If what will bring the solution at the end of the day, because see, let's not deceive ourselves. We know INEC will not conduct an election that will allow for a true person to be president. It is not possible. The INEC as presently constituted, I do not think so. Tell me anywhere in history INEC, whether FEDECO, NEC or INEC, whatever you name it, has conducted a truly free, fair, credible election that they eventually now said they hand over to the true people's wish. Even the widely acclaimed one of 1993, did they give it to Abiola? On what basis was he jailed? Why the annulment in the first place? Oh. So I am not expecting that 2023 will be an election year that will produce, a truly people reflecting election. I do not, because there are no arrangements on the ground that suggests that this thing will be. They are carrying money up, and how many of you saw the picture of Amechi visiting the party chairman? Oh, you saw that picture. There are pictures you will not see of midnight visits. Some were already sketching or pinging, they're already marking out the area on the background, that there are bags. I beg, please, let's stop calling those bags Ghana must go. We are insulting our Ghanaian brothers. We should no longer call them Ghana must go bags. Let's find other name that suits, that reflects our problem, and call it, that reflect our corrupt and pervert state, in the country, and use it to name that bag. It should no longer be called Ghana must go. Ghana is already doing well for itself. Now, that is the one they even managed to show you picture. You are marking out Ghana must go back. Okay. What about the late night meetings that happen and you don't get to see pictures? They will say no picture. Do you know the visits going on? Even inside cars, inside private jets. Do you know the kind of meetings that happen? Some of you saw the video of our super call. Abakiari. It was in the car. The same thing every minute, every time, every night. You won't see pictures. You will not see. You won't see pictures. They're happening. So I don't expect one INEC. You understand? To come and conduct a true election for I'm not expecting it. So let's face our facts, our realities. These things, 2023 will be another waste. Yeah, they will cross bag and bag of money here and there and there and there. At the end of the day, somebody will take it again among them. But they will put up a lot of smoke screen, make it look like Osinbajo and Tinubu are fighting, and make it look like this camp and this camp. They will distract us a whole lot, and at the end of the day, still present who the cabals have anointed. That's it. So me, I don't believe in 2023 election. I don't believe in what is the solution? Let's continue to hammer on. We want, they call it autonomous constitution. Lawyers call it so. People's constitution. We don't want that 1999 decree 40 or decree whatever they call it again of the military of the Abdusalami constitution. We don't want that again. Let's start getting real. Let's start influence. We can't influence election now. I'm sorry. All this get your PVC. I'm not sure we can influence election now. Even if we can, nobody under this present constitution can perform. You understand? None. Let's start clamoring for a new constitution, restructuring, or if you like, let every region be. It's not working. If the power goes here, they won't allow the person sit well. If the power goes to southeast, they won't allow the person enjoy it or work. If Yoruba becomes president, they won't allow him work well. The North will always continue to drag him and say they are marginalized. These ones will say they will be busy spending money trying to placate, trying to pacify the other regions. That's where money always goes. Terrorists are made richer every year. So Niger Delta new this one this one you are using our oil to develop the north. Why not let everybody be and let everybody develop? Let everybody come up with what will make their region develop without being dragged by the other region. The rest of the world has left us behind. The rest of the world have left us. We are still discussing politics. We are still discussing Tinubu is better than Osinbajo in 2022, and there is no light. The governors will say it is the federal government. It's a national problem. It is national grid that collapsed in 2022. What about road? They will say it's federal government road. It's not state road. Okay, school call, they say AFC is on strike. ASU is a national body. Ah. Inflation. Ah. Dollar rates to naira. They say it's federal government pro. Ah. Unemployment. They say it's a national problem. Ah. Governors are helpless. So why not let's stop blaming somebody from Daura for poor electricity in Ogun State or in Lagos, Ekiti, Osun, Ondo, Anambra, Imo. We are blaming one old man from Katsina in Daura. If the solution is let everybody be, is it not better so that we let everybody develop at their own pace? Kilo day now. For how long? Let everybody be. Insecurity, they say it's a federal problem. 200 million people. The same excuse. I'm 35 years old. Now, since when I dey inside womb, I dey hear these excuses. Since when I dey womb, I'm 35. Same excuse. Federal government problem. It's a federal problem. The road is terrible. They say it's federal road. No electricity. They say is national grid that collapsed. Schools are short. They say federal government is not responding to ASU. Kilo ṣe wa ayé wa mati. See, if everybody staying their home, individual region becomes a nation and as their whole, is it not better that we are going to be waiting for one man that may be in London for the next 6 months, and when he comes back, he wants to go to Daura and be using his toothpick? We will be waiting for that one. I don't know. Kilo shewa, man. That person asking for account. That okay? I don't have the account of it. Just WhatsApp me on this number. I'll send it to you, please. I'll send the number to you. Thank you. Just send it to me. Message me on WhatsApp, please. I'll send it to you. Yeah, WhatsApp, please. After the show, or maybe now. I'll read it after the show. So let everybody be. Let everybody be. Truth is bitter. See, now hear this other bitter truth. Let me now tell you another bitter truth. The person that will come after Buhari will even be worse. It's bound to be. See, Obasanjo he said it when they did not give him third time. He said, only amama fi ọdún wọ́dún ni. You understand? He said, amama fi ọdún wọ́dún, like successive regime or successive administration will always be worse than the previous, and will always say the former was even better safe. Obasanjo said it, and it is happening. It was not a cause, it was a promise that they will deliberately be giving us people that will be worse. You understand? That they will deliberately, be giving us people that will be worse than the previous. It's not a cause. It's a deliberate machination. One more. Don't forget to add +234 and then take off the 0. Yeah. I hope you've seen it now. Yeah. It's a promise. And they are fulfilling it. that successive will be worse. Is it not the case now? When you say this Buhari self, even the Jonathan that you say was corrupt, even the Jonathan was better self. Even Jonathan was better self. Can you imagine? Jonathan is now looking like a saint. You understand? It's deliberate. The person they are preparing packaging for us now that wants to come again now, that they are already working with INEC to make sure that that is the person they produce for us, will be worse than Buhari. Go and write it down. So since we can't beat them at their game of election, why not let's have our own agenda altogether and just say we are not interested in your election. Kada gbogbo ẹrú. Can you imagine? Ká sọ pé àti ẹ̀ ṣe mọ́ àfẹ́. Somebody was asking me, let's support Showore. As we speak now, number one, I don't know whether Showore has been given his party back. I don't know whether the courts will reverse what they did to take his party from him. Only how many days ago they just allowed him freedom within Nigeria. And does he have the money to hire the kind of crowd? Because as far as I know, Nigerian election is still about see and buy. It's still see and buy. They pay for they buy election in Nigeria. They buy it. They buy election here. So while yes, Showore is a good guy, yes, all these other guys, yes, but they can't buy election. They can't. Election in Nigeria is for sale. Make I no over talk. I leave the matter. Gentlemen and ladies, I just say make I tell now. Make I tell now say I don't come back. But I go to take am easy. Me I no go to take all my energy they shout for na every day. Because Nigeria lawa. No matter how much you shout. People are hungry. And these people have deliberately tooled poverty to control minds of people. You understand? God bless you. That's another question. Showore can't even operate under 1999 constitution. It can't. It can't operate under this kind of constitution. And is it only Showore being the president? Who are going to be the senators? Who are going to be the governors? Who are going to be the local government chairmen? Who are going to be the honorables, reps? So the messianic idea of, believing that we can just push away in their midst and it will come like a James Bond and conquer all the boss. We have not really sat down to strategize enough. Although there's still time, 24 hours is a long time in politics. Things happen, things can happen. But if elections were tomorrow morning, I don't see it happening yet. So if the intervention we want is through Showore, we had better start working seriously now. We had better start working seriously now and not be dividing ourselves. You understand? Yeah. Well, the matter is still up for continuous discussions. But I don't know. Somebody called me and was asking, I introduced this, that while all of these things are going on, right, while all of this are going on, we must also not be oblivious of opportunities that abound in the country. We should not be leaving everything to foreigners to be investing in. If you have money, if you have money, instead of giving bail to, I don't want to call so that it doesn't sound derogatory or like I'm not yabbing you, or wasting it at club or whatever, invest. Foreigners are investing in Nigeria. And let me give you the latest. Now, there's this over 2 kilometer stretch, or how many kilometers? Several kilometers stretch of the Atlantic beachfront at Ibejuleki. Now that is the new Lagos is the next place that investors are taking money to. The deep sea port is there. Lekki free trade zone is there. Dangote just opened his fertilizer plant there, petrochemical plant, and all of these are going to be employing well over. Was it estimated at about 500,000 employees in that area? All these big companies, and they are still coming. Big tech companies are still coming there. Now they are going to be lacking accommodation, especially the expatriates who love to live close to the beachfront, and they are looking for apartments. Now there are still villages under government extension within this area that you can buy land and build, where workers who will be especially high senior level workers who will be looking for accommodation. You don't have to live there. Just chill. If you have money you want to invest, I'm giving you an idea. Foreigners are coming, Chinese, they are coming to invest. Let you too invest. Let's not leave or cede our country to foreigners while we are running away and discussing politics. You understand this? Even if you don't have to live there, own properties there. At the last check, some expatriates are already renting just one flat for about 10 million naira a year. In that, they are already renting for that amount here, and there's shortage of it. You understand? And there's shortage of accommodation. So that place is a very big investment opportunity. You don't have to buy a house and live there. If you don't like to live at beachfront, leave it. Expatriates love it because it's closer for them to do their vessel, onshore, offshore, whatever, and also travel by ship. They like it. So if you have money, you are looking for investment, I'm giving you an idea. Let's not leave it for Chinese to own all our beachfront, Atlantic beachfront. No. Invest. There are still villages, large expanse of land under government extension, and it is safe to buy. Or you look for the ones that are already under estate management. Buy some, maybe 2, 3. Just especially that Quantum Bricks estate. It's unique, off-grid, built with bricks. Is estimated to be about 5 times on the average stronger than conventional blocks, and it does not rely on PSM power, whatever. So expatriates will love these ideas a lot. Completely African, and it's the #1 green revolution estate solution in Nigeria. In fact, in the whole of West Africa. And how much is it? It's still at upsale plan. In case you are considering it, WhatsApp me. Let me guide you through. WhatsApp me. And I think this particular Quantum Bricks estate has limited slots left. Yeah. Some have already bought through me, and I went to help them check it out and do all. Yeah. So, but what is important is this. If you are not interested in the one I'm introducing to you, at least start looking for things to invest in Nigeria. Contact people who are investing. Look for genuine options, genuine solutions you can invest in. Let's not leave everything to Indonesians, Chinese, foreigners.
let's start investing in our own home. However poor security level looks to be, there is hope. And I'm saying you don't have to be the one to live in these properties. They are just accommodation needs. You are only filling a lacuna, a need for those who need it, and you are collecting your money. In another 2 to 3 years now, with the very limited accommodation available that you are going to be providing in that location now, it will be very expensive. So if you are one of the lucky people who own the few properties along that axis that expatriates or big men are paying for or buying or are renting, you are made. I'm just saying. So, but I think you'll get better understanding of how unique this estate is by listening to this short clip by Adiola Fayon. I'll see you another time. Bye for now.
A man who is looking to solve the big chunk of the housing crisis that we have in Nigeria by making affordable, self-sufficient homes. This kind of homes are becoming more and more popular, by the way, because they are efficient and they are environmentally friendly, and then it costs less to make them if you think about it in the long run. Anyway, before I tell you about the smart homes that he's building, let me tell you a little bit about his story. He's based in Canada right now, and he decided to build a house in Lagos, Nigeria, where he's from. But upon making inquiries, the cost of building a house has increased significantly since he moved to Canada. So instead of using concrete brick throughout his construction, he substituted it with laterite, and he was able to save 30% of the construction cost. Laterite has a lot of advantages, by the way, including warming your home during the cold weather, cooling your home in the hot season. It's cheaper because it's readily available. It's everywhere in Nigeria. It has high clay content, which means it can hold more water. Laterite gives you better air quality. So if you build your house with laterite, you can breathe in better air quality. You can even recycle it. So if you build a house with laterite and you don't like it, you can break down the house and use the brick to build another house. And that's just to name a few of the advantages. But he didn't stop at building his personal house. He decided to make his house self-sufficient, off-grid, which means that he's not going to be dependent on the electricity from the Nigerian government. So he's using solar power, and he's also not going to be using power generator, so there will be no noise, no air pollution. At the same time, he's not using the regular sockaway that everybody uses in Nigeria. He's disposing his own waste material by decomposing it, and he's generating his own water. So once the house is completed, he doesn't need anything from them. And this is why they call this home self-sufficient, off-grid homes. That alone inspires me. The fact that he was able to find an alternative to just spending so much money on building a house. And the fact that he doesn't have to depend on the government, he made himself a self-sufficient house. That is the inspiration for me. But then he took it a step further. So after learning from his own experience, he wants to do the same for others, except that he wants to do it better. What he has decided to do is to now mass produce this kind of house for other people. In case anybody out there is interested in having a house that will be self-sufficient, he has bought acres of land in Lakeway Beachfront in order to construct an off-grid estate. And what you guys are seeing is what he would be constructing. All these houses would not be using NEPA, and they will be constructed with laterite bricks. If you're interested, please check him out. This is his website.